Hello friends, welcome to our channel Simply Mathematical. Today in this video, let us do the subtopic sum functions and their graphs. Okay, so the first function we have to study is the identity function. Okay, now what do you mean by identity function? So identity function f from R to R is defined by fx is equal to x for each x belongs to R. Okay, and you can see that we can take any x in the real numbers. Okay, here, so the domain will be the real numbers and the range will also be the real numbers, because what you are getting is, if you take x, you are getting back x. Okay, that is why it is called as identity function. So you can see that fx is equal to x, so it gives back the element. Okay, so if the range is if the domain is R, then the range will also be R. Okay, so that is why range is R. Now if you look at the graph of the function, okay, that is our task, right? We have to look at the function, the definition, and then look at the graph. So what is the graph of the identity function? It is a line, okay, which divides the xy plane into two halves. Okay, so the left hand side of the coordinate axis, okay, is symmetric to the right hand side of the coordinate axis. Okay, through this line fx is equal to x. Okay, so you can see that 1 will go to 1, okay, 2 will go to 2, 3 in the x will go to 3 in the fx, then 4 will go to 4. Like that, you can see that you will have points like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 and so on. Okay, also here you will have -1, -1, then -2, -2 and so on. Okay, so you can see that you will have points on the line like a, a type, right? So that is the identity function. Okay, and the graph of the identity function. Okay, now let us look at the next function, which is known as the constant function. So the constant function f from R to R is defined by fx is equal to c, x belongs to R, okay, and where c is a constant. Now you can see that the domain of this function will be nothing but the set R, okay, that is the set of real numbers, and the range will be the singleton C. Why? Because every element x in the domain goes to only one element in the codomain, that is C. Okay, so the range will be equal to the singleton set C here, right? Okay, now we will look at the graph of this function, that is the constant function. So if you take C equal to say 1.5, then what you have to plot is fx is equal to 1.5 or fx is equal to C, right? So what you can see here is, for every x in this horizontal line, what is the value of the function? It is 1.5. Okay, so that is here. So for every x, means for 0.5 also you will have 1.5, for 1 also you will have 1.5, for 2 also you will have 1.5, for 2.5 you will also have 1.5 only. So you can see that you will get a horizontal line which is parallel to the x axis. Okay, so the graph is a line parallel to the x axis. Okay, now let us look at another type of function which is known as the polynomial function. Okay, so what is a polynomial function? Polynomial function is a function from R to R, okay, defined by fx is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus dot 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 plus an x raised to n. Okay, where n is a non-negative integer. Okay, so this n is a non-negative integer, so that means 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay, and a0, a1, a2, an are all in the set of real numbers. Okay, that is a1, a2, a0, up to an are all real numbers. Okay, and they are constants. Okay. Now for example, you can have a function fx equal to x cube, right, minus x square plus 2, right. So what is an in this case? An will be equal to a3, right. When it is x raised to n, you have an. So when it is x cube, you will have a3. That is what? That is 1. Okay. Then also you have a2. a2 is what? a2 is minus 1. Okay. What about a1? a1, you can see that here there is no x term. Okay. So the a1 is 0 here, right. a1 is 0 and a2 is what? That is a0. So a0 is 2. Okay. So now another function we can look at, gx is equal to x raised to 4 plus root 2x. So here you can see that you have n equal to 4. So a4 will be equal to 1. Okay. Then a3 will be equal to 0. Then a2 will be equal to 0. Then a1 will be equal to root 2 and a0 is what? It is 0, right, because there is no constant term here. So we have to take it as 0. a0 is equal to 0. Now one note is what? hx equal to x raised to 2 by 3 plus 2x is not a polynomial. Why? As the power of the term x raised to 2 by 3, that is 2 by 3 in h of x is not an integer. Okay, 2 by 3 here is not an integer. So this is not a polynomial. The powers of the x terms, okay, or the power of x in each term should be an integer. Okay, here you have a fraction. So this hx is not a polynomial, right. Okay. Now let us go to an example, okay, for this polynomial. So let f from r to r, that is from the set of real numbers to the set of real numbers, be defined by what? Y equal to fx, which is equal to x square. Okay. So this is the polynomial, right. Here a2 is 1, then a1 is 0 and a0 is also 0. Okay. So you can see that this is the polynomial. Now if we look at some points and look at the function values of those points. So for example, if you take minus 4, you will get what? 16. Then if you take minus 3, you will get 9. If you take minus 2, you will get 4. If you take minus 1, you will get 1. If you take 0, you will get 0. Okay. If you take 1, you will get 1. If you take 2, you will get 4. If you take 3, you will get 9. And if you take 4 again, you will get 16, right. So this is the table that you will get. Now what will be the graph of this? So see, 0 goes to 0. So 0 comma 0 is one point. Then 1 comma 1 is another point here, right. Then 2 comma 4 is here. Then 3 comma 9 and 4 comma 16. Like that you can plot these points also and you will get something like this. Okay. And this is known as the parabola. Okay. This is a parabola. So this curve is called as the parabola. Okay. But now what is the graph of this? The graph of this function fx is equal to x square is this. Okay. So you can be asked in the exam to plot the graph. Okay. So you have to first make the table in this way and then plot the graph of the function, right. Okay. Now let us look at next function, that is the rational function or rational functions. So rational functions are functions of the type fx divided by gx. Okay. Fx divided by gx, where fx and gx are polynomial functions, okay, of x defined in a domain where gx is not equal to 0, right. So the functions of the type fx by gx, where fx and gx are polynomial, okay, that is important. Fx and gx are polynomial then this function f by g, okay, is called as the rational function. So for example, we can take fx is equal to x cube plus 1 and gx equal to x, okay. So this function fx divided by gx, that is x cube plus x, okay, where x is not equal to 0, will be a rational function, okay. See, this gx should not be equal to 0, that is also important, okay. So now let us go to the example, okay, of the rational function. So you have f from R minus the set 0 to the set of all real numbers defined by fx is equal to 1 by x, okay. X belongs to the real numbers minus the set 0, right. So if you plot the points, what you will get? Minus 2, you can see here, f of minus 2 will be 1 by minus 2, so that is equal to what? Minus 0.5. 1 by 2 is 0.5, you have minus sign, so minus 0.5, then minus 1.5 will give you this value, minus 0.6, minus 1 will give you minus 1, minus 0.5, okay, will give you minus 2, 0.5 will be 2, 1 will be 1, and 1.5 0.67 and 2 will be 0.5. So if you plot the graph, okay, you will get a graph in this way, okay, you will get a graph in this way, right. So now if you look at the domain of this function is what? Domain of the function you can directly see here, it is real numbers minus the set 0, that is all the real numbers minus, or you have to not take the element 0 from the real numbers, okay. So this set is nothing but all the real numbers except 0, okay. So that is the domain, and what will be the range? Range will be also the same as the domain, that is R minus the singleton set 0. Now why it is? Because see this, if x is not equal to 0, right, see, if x belongs to R minus the singleton set 0, that means what? X is not equal to 0, right. So if you look at the function fx is equal to 1 by x, okay, that is what we are looking at right now. So that will be also not equal to 0, okay. Definitely you are not taking x equal to 0, even if you take 0 you will get infinity, but that is not the case, okay, anyhow. But see this 1 by x, if you take any x here, okay, then this quantity 1 by x will not be equal to 0, right, it will never be equal to 0. So therefore the range of the function will be what? The real numbers minus the singleton set 0, okay. Now let us look at the next function, which is the modulus function. Now what do you mean by modulus function? So modulus function is a function f from R to R defined by fx is equal to the set of x, fx is equal to x when x is greater than 0 and minus x if x is less than 0, okay. So that is the modulus function. So if x is greater than or equal to 0, you will get x directly. If x is less than 0, then you will get minus x here, okay. So for example, if you take 2, modulus of 2, what you are getting? 2 is greater than or equal to 0, so you will get 2, okay. And if you take minus 2, then minus 2 is less than 0, so you will get what? Minus, right, the definition has minus in it, so minus I am writing. And what is our x here? Our x is minus 2, so minus 2, okay. So minus minus will become plus, so you will get 2 only, right. So like that. So any number, any real number you take, the modulus function takes that number to a positive number, okay. Now if you look at the graph of the modulus function, if you look at the graph, then it will be in this way. Okay, so 1 goes to 1, 2 goes to 2, 3 goes to 3, 3.5 goes to 3.5, 4 goes to 4, 4.7 goes to 4.7 only, 5 goes to 5, right? So you will get a line in this way from 0 to infinity. Then if you look at the left hand side, what you will get? Minus 1. Okay, mod of minus 1 is what? 1. Okay, so minus 1 will go to 1. Similarly, minus 2 will go to 2, minus 3 will go to 3, minus 3.5 will go to 3.5, minus 4 will go to 4, okay, and so on. So we will get a line in this way. So the graph will be of this type. Okay, the graph of the function is this. Okay, now let us go to the next, the sixth function, that is signum function. So what is the signum function? So a signum function is a function f from r to r defined by fx is equal to 1 if x is greater than 0, 0 if x is equal to 0, and minus 1 if x is less than 0. Okay, so that is the definition of the signum function. Okay, what is the definition? Fx is equal to 1 if x is greater than 0. Okay, the value of the function is a constant, that is 1 if x is greater than 0. Then value of the function is again constant if x is equal to 0, and also the value of the function is again a constant, that is minus 1 if x is less than 0. Okay, so you can see that if x is greater than 0, then you will get this line which is parallel to the x axis. Okay, it passes through the point 1 on the y axis. Okay, okay, from here it starts, and it extends up to infinity, right? Then at 0 it is 0, this point. Okay, so you will get a point on the coordinate axis as 0, 0, so that is this one. And if you take x less than 0, then you will get the line which is parallel to the x axis and on the left hand side, okay, which goes up to minus infinity here. Okay, that is here actually. Okay, so it goes to minus infinity, you can see that. Okay, minus infinity on the x axis, right? So you are going to minus infinity, so the value of the function will be minus 1. Okay, this value of the function will not go to minus infinity, the value of the function is minus 1, but up to minus infinity, up to you cannot say. See, the line, the graph of the function is towards minus infinity here. Okay, like that you can say. Now see this, here also you can say that the graph of the function is towards the infinity. Okay, so that is the graph of the signum function, right? Now let us go to the next function, which is known as the greatest integer function. So what is the greatest integer function? Greatest integer function is a function f from r to r defined by fx is equal to the greatest integer of x. Okay, you can, this fx is equal to the square bracket x, which is equal to what? Greatest integer less than or equal to x. Okay, so the symbol square brackets here means greatest integer less than or equal to x. Okay, that is the meaning of the bracket. Now you can look at the sentence carefully. It is greatest integer less than or equal to x. Okay, so if you look at the graph, then you can see that if you take any point in between 0, 0 included, to 1, which is not included. Okay, so therefore we have put a circle here. Okay, now a hollow circle. Okay, if you look at this value of the function, the value of the function is what here? On the x axis, what is the value of the variable y? It is 0, right? So for all the points 0 to 1 not included, the value of the function is 0, right? Why it is? Because you have to look at first the greatest, let us take 0. Okay, So we have to look at the greatest integer which is less than or equal to 0. So what is the greatest integer, okay, which is less than or equal to 0? So if you look at the number line here, okay, so the greatest, this is 1, this is 2, okay, so the greatest integer which is less than or equal to 0, less than or equal to it is, so it will be 0 only, right? 0 is an integer, okay, so an integer which is less than or equal to 0 will be 0 only, okay. Now similarly, if you look at 0.5, then what you will get? So it is the greatest integer less than or equal to 0.5. So here you can see that you have the number 0.5 which is here, right? This is 0.5 here, okay. Now we have to find greatest integer which is less than or equal to 0.5, okay. See, -1 is the integer which is less than 0.5, okay. Then -2 is also an integer less than 0.5. Then 0 is also an integer which is less than 0.5. So which is the greatest integer which is less than 0.5? That is 0, okay. There are many others, -1, -2 and so on, but we have to select the greatest integer, okay, which is less than 0.5. So that is 0, okay. So similarly, if you do 0.67 say, okay, so again you will get 0 only, greatest integer which is less than or equal to 0.67, okay. So you can see that for any point between 0 to 1 not included, okay, you will get the value of the function as 0. Now let us go to this part of the domain, okay. So you are going from now 1, now 1 is included, okay, we are looking at this part, so 1 is included now, 2 not included now, okay, 1 included to 2 not included, right. So what you will get? You will get the function value of this set here as 1 only. You can check that. Greatest integer, let us take first of 1, okay, because 1 is included. What is the greatest integer less than or equal to 1? It is 1, okay, so that is here. Then what is the greatest integer which is less than or equal to 1.5? It is 1 only, right? So which is here? 1, okay, the function value, that is y, no, that is 1. Now again 1.9, if we take greatest integer which is less than or equal to 1.9, again we will get 1 only, right? So that is here. Now if we take 2, sorry, if we now look at 2, right, what is the greatest integer which is less than or equal to 2? It is 2, okay. So this 2 will go to 2 here, right. So you are jumping from this to this, okay, you are taking a step, right, to 2 here from 1, okay. So this is also sometimes called as the step function, okay. So you go to 2 when you reach from 1.9 to 2, okay. So you reach to 2, okay. So then again if you take 2.1 you are getting 2, 2.5 you are getting 2, like that, okay. Now we will go to the negative numbers here, right. So if you take minus say 0.5, okay. Now if you look at the number line, okay, minus 0.5 is here, right, minus 0.5 is here. Now if you look at this, that is the greatest integer which is less than or equal to minus 0.5, okay, greatest integer which is less than or equal to minus 0.5. So integers less than minus 0.5 are what? Minus 1, minus 2, okay, and so on. But what is the greatest of all of them? That is minus 1, right. So minus 1 will be the value of this number, okay, under the function greatest integer function, okay. So and if you look at the graph, then here you have minus 0.5, right, here it is minus 0.5. So you will get minus 1, okay. Now here 0 is not included, so we put a hollow circle here. okay, and minus 1 is included. So what is the greatest integer which is less than or equal to minus 1? It is minus 1, because minus 1 is an integer itself. Okay, you have to find the greatest integer less than or equal to minus 1. So you will get minus 1 only. Okay, so like that you can calculate the greatest integer function value of any real number. So what you are getting is, you are getting steps, okay, for each unit part of the real line. Okay, okay, that is from 0 to 1, that is 1 unit part. Okay, then 1 to 2 is 1 unit part, like that. Okay, so for that you are getting steps. Okay, so that is the greatest integer function. Okay, now if we look at some of the examples in the greatest integer function, let us first look at this. F of 0 will be 0. Okay, then f of 1 will be 1, f of 2 will be again 2, that we have seen, right? Now f of 100 will be what? That is the greatest integer less than or equal to 100, that is 100 only, right? Now if you look at f of half, that is equal to f of 0.5, then it will be greatest integer of 0.5, which is equal to 0. This also we have seen. Okay, then f of minus half, this also we have seen, f of minus 0.5, which is the greatest integer of minus 0.5, which is minus 1. Now if you look at this f of 0.67, this also we have looked at, it is 0, right? Now if you look at f of minus 5, that will be the greatest integer which is less than or equal to minus 5. Okay, since minus 5 is itself an integer, you will get minus 5 itself. Okay, similarly f of minus 6 will be greatest integer of minus 6, that will be again minus 6 only. Okay, now if you look at f of minus 100, then again you will get minus 100, because greatest integer which is less than or equal to minus 100 is minus 100 itself, because minus 100 is an integer itself. Okay, now we will go to this f of minus 5.25, which is greatest integer of minus 5.25. Okay, so what you will get? See, you have to find the greatest integer which is less than or equal to minus 5.25. So if you look at the number line, this is 0, suppose this is minus 5, this is minus 6. Okay, where is minus 5.25? It is somewhere here, right? Minus 5.25. We have to find the greatest integer which is less than or equal to minus 5.25. Okay, that is minus 6, right? So similarly you will get f of minus 6.5 as minus 7, and f of minus 100.1, that will be what? That will be minus minus 101. Okay, minus 101, right? Again if you look at the number line, this is minus 100, this is minus 101, this is 0. You are looking at minus 100.1, that is just on the left hand side of minus 100. Okay, still the number or the integer which is greatest and which is less than or equal to minus 0.01 is minus 101. Okay, so that's it in the video, guys. If you have liked my video, please hit the like button and subscribe.